Alright, so picking off right where we left off on Thursday, we're gonna have our second battle here against our friend Danny. Now, last time he led Groudon Weavile. We really don't have a good way to counter Groudon, do we? Besides our own Groudon. Now, those two misses were pretty huge for my opponent. Pretty huge. I don't think my Kangaskhan is full happiness, and that really hurt us last game. Now, how do we gonna lead Xerneas? Will he switch around his leads? Gonna lead Talonflame this time around with Groudon and with Xerneas in the back, because Xerneas really would have finished the match for us in that previous game. Cress didn't do anything really, it just stayed there. So I'm gonna go with those four this time around. Let's see what we get. We know Salamence, we only saw 2 moves. We only saw 3 from Xerneas, 2 from Groudon and 2 from Weavile, so we didn't get much information out of this either. He leads Xerneas Weavile. So I do have the quick guard, but Talonflame will be slower. He doesn't know that though. I really should be using a Jolly Talonflame. That's my bad. So if he fakes out Kang, I set up a Tailwind and match Xerneas. If he fakes out Talonflame, I fake out Xerneas, and no harm, no foul. So that's what I'm gonna go for. He doesn't yeah, he either protects or I fake out the Xerneas, preventing the Geomancy either way. There's my fake out, so maybe he went for a low kick, or he might have gone for a knockoff onto Talonflame. To get my Tailwind up though. So that's great, and we might be seeing, yeah, there's a low kick. So without Life Orb, not a problem. And now we can freely Power Punch that Weavile, even breaking its Focus Sash, and I can simply Brave Bird that Xerneas. Might not be enough for the KO, but we will be faster. And yeah, if he brings Salamence in here, yep, it definitely won't be enough. So we know he has Weavile, we know he has Salamence, and we know he has Xerneas. Xerneas protects here, stalling out another turn of Trick Room, but or not Trick Room, Tailwind, sorry, but we do get our power up punch off. So Kang is now at +1 after that Intimidate. Does Salamence protect here? Does he protect? Last time around he didn't protect. So I'm gonna return the Salamence and gonna switch out Talonflame, potentially for my own Xerneas? Nah, for Groudon. Or does he just go for the attack with Xerneas right now? Xerneas did protect, so I do have guaranteed damage there. Yeah, I think that's better. I'm gonna return the Xerneas and gonna Brave Bird the Xerneas as well. What could he bring in? Groudon. And gonna double up on the Xerneas slots, just because I have guaranteed damage there. I really hope Salamence protects here. If he doesn't... Ah, he didn't protect again. Should have doubled up on Salamence, not on Xerneas. Now both of my Pokemon will go down. And he will have a free switch onto Weavile. This is the third turn of Tailwind. Oh, so Salamence just goes for the double edge onto Kang. Okay. Gets a crit, obviously it didn't matter. We know something else of that Salamence, it's mixed. Now, here's the thing. We bring Xerneas, we quick guard, and we set up our Geomancy. There's the Weavile, yeah, that's what I expected from my opponent. Now, Double Edge shouldn't KO Xerneas. There's still one turn of Tailwind, so as long as we quick guard, we should be okay here. In setting up our Xerneas, we do give the information that we have the quick guard. There's the fake out, perfect. There's our Geomancy. Now Salamence might double edge Talonflame, or he might have doubled up onto Xerneas to get our +2/+2/+2. And with Groudon in the back, I feel pretty good here. He did double up. Oh no, he didn't. So he takes down Talonflame, that's fine. That Weavile is history. He has no fake out option right now. So we are safe to Dazzling Gleam and Precipice Blades, although we saw what happened with the accuracy. Now Weavile won't be doing too much with knockoff or any potential ice move. We know he has fake out, which is useless, knockoff, which doesn't do too much to either of my Pokemon, especially Xerneas, and low kick. And Xerneas is now faster than everything. So even if Weavile survives this turn, that's perfectly fine. Just gonna go for the Precipice Blades just in case he has Groudon in the back. He doesn't switch, so Salamence is down. Weavile goes down to its Focus Sash. We might see Weavile's last move here, or we might see a knockoff. Yeah, it's Icicle Crash. So in the previous battle, we were right in that he didn't have Ice Shard. That did do a lot of damage though, and that's a huge single target Precipice Blades that deals 1 HP. Now, whatever my opponent has for a turn, I don't think he would have Crobat, because Crobat you bring when you see things like Smeargle. So if it's special based Groudon, because we have seen Eruption, Earth Power shouldn't KO Xerneas. If it's physical based, Precipice Blades will not KO my Groudon. And the combination of both of my attacks should be enough to KO him. So as long as we don't miss, we should be okay here. We even get a special attack drop. And my Groudon is not necessarily faster, but we do win the speed tie. So double battle, double BGC 16 battle for you guys as we tie up the series 1-1. And we're gonna go to a third game here. Pretty nice battle. We adapted well to what my opponent did last time around. We predicted him a bit better. And let's move on right away onto the third game. This format is really fast paced, which I'm really enjoying. Now, he has led Groudon Weavile and Xerneas Weavile so far. So I think it's pretty clear he's going to bring those four as well. Well, those four for sure. Is there any way we can make it so we are in a better position here? I think Kangaskhan is still a pretty good lead. And do we lead Xerneas? Yeah, I'm gonna lead Kangaskhan Xerneas once again. Although I don't like the idea of him leading Groudon, which I think he might do. So, tempted to lead Talonflame Groudon. I'm gonna go... not entirely sure. Kangaskhan Xerneas? Or Kangaskhan Groudon? Or Talonflame Groudon? I'm gonna go Kang Talonflame with Groudon and Xerneas in the back once more. Xerneas really did a lot of work. Obviously it was our win condition last time around, so it might be this time around. Especially because seeing Eruption and to get the most mileage out of Eruption, I have a feeling he is using a special base Groudon, sorry. So he switches it up. He now leads Crobat. Now pretty much every Crobat in VGC has the same moveset. Super Fang, Quick Guard, Taunt, and what am I missing? And Protect, potentially? Or Tailwind rather, no, Tailwind. So, with that in mind, I really don't care if he sets up a Geomancy right now. So I'm gonna Power Punch the Crobat, and I'm gonna set up my own Tailwind. He might have the protection against my Brave Bird next turn. No switches from either side, but I can't simply Flare Blitz the Xerneas. So no protects. I think we're gonna see Tailwind Geomancy and Tailwind Power Punch from either side. Yep, there's the Tailwind, so we each match our Tailwind. There's my Power Punch. If I had used Fake Out, things would be exactly the same, like no difference at all. We do get our plus two Kangaskhan. He does go for the Geomancy. We did see Tailwind. So the thing here is he might protect and switch Crobat for Weavile. So we have an important decision here. The plus to return on Crobat, on Xerneas, sorry, is pretty obvious. So, see, the thing is, if we make a wrong decision here, we might be in trouble, because if he brings Weavile, he knows we have the Quick Guard, but he doesn't have that information, but he could think we are Adamant, and he could outspeed us, because we both have Tailwinds up. So, I think he's going to protect Xerneas with his life. So I'm gonna return the Crobat, and I'm going to Flare Blitz the Xerneas. Okay, he went for the Quick Guard. Damn! I should have. And he goes for the Dazzling Gleam, and he is faster. What? Wow, Kangaskhan survived. How is that possible? I get the burn of a Flare Blitz, but Talonflame will go down here. Wait, and how did my Groudon outspeed? Oh, because he has 4 times the speed. Wow, I'm really dumb. He has the double from Geomancy and the Tailwind. Wow, that's very bad of me. Very, very bad of me. Now, thanks to the burn, that Xerneas might be in range of our +2 Sucker Punch. Might be. Like a very, very big might be. He brings in Mence, so definitely not in range anymore. Will Groudon fall? Gosh, I wish I had Protect. Wow, I played that terribly last turn. I can't believe a +2 Dazzling Gleam is not enough to KO Kangaskhan. That's really surprising. Like, really surprising. Even if Tailwind peters out, does he protect Xerneas now? That's the question here. I'm gonna Sucker Punch the Salamence, and I'm gonna Rock Slide. Because I think he protects Xerneas in fear of the Sucker Punch. I mean, Xerneas is still a problem, don't get me wrong. But that burn might be crucial. He doesn't protect. So, Sucker Punch, nowhere near enough. Wow, that's really weak. Dazzling Gleam will KO me. Wow, that's a crit on Groudon. Ugh. That's game. Because I think I would have maybe survived the Hyper Voice. But with the crit, definitely not possible. Wow. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. So the right play would have been fake out turn 1 on Xerneas. Or the double up onto Xerneas. I really thought he was going to protect the Xerneas. Well, I probably thought that every turn. I mean, he gets a +2 Moonblast and a Hyper Voice before I can even get my Geomancy up here. Okay, my win condition is Xerneas getting KO'd by the burn. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go for the 30% chance on the double protect. There's the Moonblast. We finally see the full Moonblast. We see the full. If his last, well, whatever his last, if his last is Groudon, so there's no chance we win here. What am I saying? We do get the double. Wow. That's really unlucky for my opponent. Between the burn and the Moonblast, I mean, and the double protect, that's a really, like, that's a 10% chance plus a 30% chance. That only happens 3% of the time. So 97% of the time, my opponent easily wins. Groudon is his last Pokemon. So how fast is his Groudon, and is he going to Earth Power or Eruption? He might think I'm going to Geomancy, so he might go for Eruption because it will be more powerful. But if I go for the Moonblast here, or the Dazzling Gleam, I will KO Salamence and I will weaken his... Oh, he goes for a Double Edge. And I will weaken his Eruption. Probably not to the range that he won't KO because it is single target in the sun. But yeah, that's not gonna be enough. It's never going to be enough. And next turn he just wins. There's the Eruption, so I was right about that at least. I don't survive. So, good game, Danny. I definitely misplayed quite a bit. Should have Sucker Punched the Xerneas. I should have returned the Xerneas. I don't know. Really, I guess I played too cautious, I guess. I mean, I don't know if he predicted my predict on the protect and thus he didn't protect, or he just simply just outright, I mean, he rarely protected, honestly, so I don't know. Good games, Danny. Thank you for providing these videos to everyone, and I hope everyone else enjoyed the videos. Please leave a like if you can. Last video of 2015, today is the 31st, so Happy New Year's to all of you, and I'll see you with more VGC content in 2016. Bye bye!